everyone, this is Anna. Today I am going to teach you how to make tostones. And I'm going to introduce to you first the ingredients and the tools that you will need to prepare this dish. First you will need, for ingredients, you would need adobo. And you can find this at any local store, especially at Walmart. Walmart does sell this. Garlic powder, salt, oil, and of course the banana. This is not an ordinary banana. This is a Spanish banana plantain, and you can buy this in two different ways. One way is the green, like this, and this is to make tostones, or you can buy the same banana like this in this type of form, where it's yellow and almost turning black, like rotten, like you wouldn't want to cook it. But with this certain plantain, this is the best way to buy it when you want to make it sweet. But today I'm not going to show you a sweet banana, just how I'm going to cook a tostone. Okay, and now the tools you will need is a pitcher of water, a bowl, saucers, a frying pan, cutting board, knife, fork, and some tongs. Okay, let's begin getting the tostones ready. The first thing we're going to do is cut the tostones. The banana. You cut the ends like this, and you put these to the side, and then we start cutting a little bit the whole banana on both sides. Just watch, make sure you do not cut your fingers or your hands. And then you go here at the corner and you start to peel it. Sometimes it's a little difficult because it's not quite ripe, but once you get your finger going, do you see how fast that went? Look at that. It just peels right the way you want it. And since you cut it halfway, it will go to the mark where I sliced it on the other side. See that? And then you do the same to the other side. I love hearing that sound. To get the banana ready. Okay, now you cut it about this thick for the tostone. Like that. Make sure you don't cut your fingers and your fingers are back a little bit. Happen to you. Okay, now they're all in the right size, perfect, like this. And what you do is you take this pitcher of water, pour it in a bowl, and you take a pinch of salt, or just open up your hand, palm like this, and stick about that amount. And let me see, that's 1, 2, about 3 pinches, it looks like, and a little bit left in your hand. Put that in the water, and then you drop the bananas inside the water, and you let it soak for 1 hour. This helps to fry them because they're not quite ripe, as you see, but this helps it when you're ready to do the first stage of frying the bananas. So you soak this for an hour, and then we'll tell you about the next stage. Okay, it's time. That was 60 minutes. And now what we have to do is, before it goes into the frying pan, of course, to get fried, we have to completely take this out and dry it, and pat dry it. So we take the banana, put it here. Don't mind my fingers. Dry it, and then again, and then place it here. Sorry, I still use my fingers. I'm an old-fashioned Puerto Rican mom that uses her fingers. I did wash my hands. And just kind of like that. And once the towel is too wet, you use another paper towel. Okay, now they're patted dry and on the plate. Now we're going to get ready to fry them. So you take your frying pan and the oil, come on over to the stove, and we cover the bottom of the pan, and I say about a 1/4 inch higher to see. If you want to, we could take this fork or the banana. I'll show you with the banana just to show you how deep it needs to be. Do you see that? You see how deep the oil needs to be. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this on. You can put, I know everyone's stove is different. Mine, you would have to put this between 7 and 8 because it's an old stove, but if you had a good stove, I would put it around 5 or 6. But mine has to go 7 and 8 to get the range of a 5 and 6. So you just wait and let this heat up, and then we'll start frying. Okay, I think it's time to fry the tostones, the bananas. And what you do is you just take a little chunk of the banana and just drop it in here just to make sure that the oil is ready. And it looks like it is ready. So then we know that it's time to stick the banana in the first phase of frying the tostones. Okay. So you just stick them in, and it's best to use the tongs. And right now, the first phase is just to fry them, just to get them brown on both sides. So you're not too worried about cooking them thoroughly yet. It's just the first part of frying. And you just wait a couple of minutes, and then you want to turn them over. You can test one just to see if they're turning brown. Not quite yet. First batch is always the one that takes the longest, and then after that it goes fast. As you can see, the oil is getting hotter. Okay, now if you can see, they're a bit brown around the edge, and they should be ready to pull out because it's the first phase of this. So these are ready, and you take your tongs, shake it a little bit, and then put it on a plate with a paper towel. So then it could drain most of that oil out, the excess oil. And once this is all done, the next stage is to show you how to flatten them and then put them back in the oil again. Okay, here are the tostones after being fried for a couple of minutes. And here's a sample that I'm going to show you right now. Usually to make this kind of flatness, the tradition is the Spanish family uses a little device that goes like this called Tostones, and you put it in there and you smush it. But we're improvising today, and I know that every home does not have that, so I'm going to show you how simple it is, and you don't have to buy it. You could just use 2 sauce plates, and I'll show you how to do it. You take one banana, and you put it in the center of the plate. Use the back of this, and you press down, and there is your flatness and the second phase of the tostones. And you take it one by one. Don't put 2 at a time or try to rush it, but just take one and just press down lightly. Sometimes they'll get stuck on the back of the plate, but the plates are clean. And you just continue until all of them are smushed, and then the next is to fry them again. Okay, now we are ready. They're all smushed, and we're ready for the second phase. I hope that you kept this going because it needs to be hot. And these bananas now are going just to get that crispy flavor, that crispy texture, I mean, for the final phase. Make sure you don't overcrowd them, and by the time I put that last one in, the first ones I put in are just about ready. Do you see that? Look how nice that looks. Okay, and then we put that on the paper towel just to, again, just take most of the grease out. But by the time you put that last one in, you better hurry up and check the first ones you put in, because they're going to be ready. And they look really nice. Ooh, make my mother proud. Okay, now after this phase is the seasoning. So once you finish drying them out with the paper towel, we'll start beginning the next phase and the final. Okay, now we are ready for the final stage, and that is seasoning the tostones. As you can see, this is after the second time frying them, and if you can see the nice crisp that's around the edges, and you know that it's perfect of the way you want it to be. So now, this is what we do. We'll take it off the plate, put them on the serving dish that we plan to serve them with. And I'll be honest with you, I don't measure, and it goes from generations to generations in my family, and I get yelled at for that a lot, but I'm just going to share with you and show you, so maybe that can help you to see how you will measure this. Okay, the first thing you're going to put is adobo, and it's lightly, you cover it lightly over the tostones. See how lightly that is? I just went over once and maybe a little bit again. And then you use garlic, and you just shake over lightly. Just start from here to the end. And the salt, very lightly on the salt, because adobo contains salt. So you just want just a little bit. Yes, this is not a healthy dish, but I hope that you don't plan to have this dish every day, but it's a nice dish to have once in a while. Now, to make sure that all of them get these seasonings and flavors that we did, you just stir it around just a little bit and just make sure that the tostones are covered in the seasoning that was just put in there. And also, you don't even, sometimes I know family members that don't use seasonings like I just did. They'll crush fresh garlic, olive oil, and put a little bit of pepper inside a little dish and have a dipping sauce. So you could have this as a little side, like to have as an appetizer, and you can have a dipping sauce. So you can have plain ones for dipping, and then you can have a section that has seasonings in it. So it's pretty much really all up to you and what your family likes. Okay, I think it's ready to try. And let's take a taste and see. Oh, they're terrible. Just kidding. Just kidding. They're the right texture, right flavor. And I want to thank my cousin and my aunt Valerie for teaching me how to soak them, because I did not know that. And I just started doing that, and that was the top secret of how to make the tostones softer so we can smush them, and doing the phase that we did. And I hope you enjoy the tostones.